Now more than ever, you may be faced with difficult operational decisions that have widespread safety implications. While the rulebook is important, you may face scenarios where a rule can't be applied, or where two rules conflict with each other. You may also find that you need permission to act, but you cannot reach the person you need to contact. And, particularly in the midst of this coronavirus pandemic, you might find that there is a rule telling you what to do, but something unusual about the situation you're in means that you can't safely apply it. In these situations, you will rely on your professional judgment to make a decision. I'm going to talk through a few tips that you might find helpful when it comes to making decisions and introduce you to a decision-making tool that you can use. The first and most important thing you can do is stop and think. It sounds simple, but it can be difficult, particularly when you're under time pressure. Try to spend a couple of minutes gathering your thoughts when you can, as this will help you form a rational decision. Look for things that challenge what you think and see. As humans, we tend to look for information that confirms what we already believe. Make an effort to question your beliefs and challenge your assumptions. Consider how reliable the information you have is. Has the situation changed since you received this information? Is this the full picture or only part of it? Don't just go with your first instinct straight away. Think about the alternatives and come up with a range of options. It's good to have a plan A, a plan B, and even a plan C. Keep evaluating these options as the situation unfolds. Reflect on previous decision making. Do you tend to rely on hunches or fact? Think about how you've made decisions in the past. And finally, if you have lots of things to think about at once, you can break down your task and prioritize. Break down your tasks into a smaller set and write them down into a to-do list. Doing this can help you think more clearly, reflect on what you need to do, and manage each task at a time. And writing down the tasks will also give you time to think and take a breath. There is a simple structure you can use to make good decisions, which can be followed using the G-Force steps. Following this structure when making a decision will ensure that you make a rational, well thought out decision. The first step is G for go or no go. First, consider whether there is a rule or procedure that can be followed. If so, you should follow it. If there's no rule or procedure, or for some reason the rule or procedure can't be applied, then you may need to make a decision. If that is the case, move on to the next step. And the next step is F for facts. Gather all the available information. Don't forget to consider contextual information, such as time of day, weather conditions, whether people are trapped on trains, and the level of comfort that they are experiencing. Information gathering is the most important part of decision making, so it's crucial to find the balance between getting as much information as you can and acting in a timely manner. Next is O for options. Based on the facts, consider what options are available to you. Come up with as many options as you can. Next we have R for risks. Consider the potential consequences for each option. What are the risks to you, to other staff, and to the public? And are there any wider system risks? Next, C for choose. Decide on the best option. If there are multiple safe options, which one will cause the least delay? You may choose more than one of your options, perhaps as a plan A and a plan B. And finally, E for evaluate. As the event unfolds, consider whether the option is still the best option. Be ready to change your approach if needed. And after the event, consider whether you or your organisation can learn from it. With potentially more situations that sit outside of the rulebook, now is the time for companies to support and empower staff to make operational decisions. Organisations can do this by adopting a fair culture when it comes to judging decisions. When someone has made a decision, the focus should be on the information they had at the time and the process they took to reach that decision, not the outcome. Organisations can also encourage staff to use tools such as G-Force and share learning by telling staff about good decisions that have been made. As a manager, you can talk to people you manage about decision-making tips and tools and let them know that you support them. You can also speak to staff about the G-Force model of decision-making and make sure that they understand it. For more information on decision-making and G-Force, go to RSSB's website and search for G-Force. If you have any other questions, please email gforce@rssb.co.uk.